Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the squat. So for a true squat, you're going to stand with your feet right at about hip width apart. Sink back in your heels, engage your core, and then sink your butt back just like you were sitting into a chair. Nice smooth motions up and down, keeping those knees aligned directly over your toes. Okay, I'll do a side view so you can see. So again, feet hip width apart. Sink back just as if you're sitting into a chair, keeping that spine nice and long. Next modification down, you can always use a wall. If you have an exercise ball, you can place it between your back and the wall, or you can just place your butt up against the wall for the added support. Still keep your feet about shoulder width apart, slightly in front of you. Engaging core, you can slide down the wall and then slide back up. This ensures you stay back into those heels, making sure your knees track over your ankles, not over your toes. For the last modification, if squats are too difficult on those knees, is grab a chair and you can do a sit to stand. So from seated position, feet stay right at that hip width apart, engage the core, still press into your heels, rise up to standing, and then control the core as you sit back into that chair. If you need more support past this, you can always place your hands on that chair to help lift you back up to standing. All right, this next demonstration is the jumping jack. So for full jumping jack, you start with your feet together, arms by your sides, jump out to a V, arms come overhead, and then back in, up, down. If jumping is too much on the knees, you can always bring your arms up and then just step a foot out, step a foot out. Either way, the idea is to get that heart rate up. This next demonstration is the single leg balance. For the most challenging, balance on one foot and lift the opposite knee up to about hip width, keeping your body steady. Next modification down is again balancing on one foot, but lift the opposite foot behind you. If you need to, you can always lower that back toe to the ground as well. Another option is to use a wall for a little bit of support. I would recommend just touching fingertips into the wall, anchor into the standing leg, engaging core, and lift the opposite foot. As it gets easier, you can lighten your touch onto the wall until you are no longer using the wall for support. All right, next I will demonstrate push-ups, starting from the hardest, modifying down. So for the hardest true push-up, you will be on your hands and then lift to toes. Nice strong plank position, keep your gaze just in front of those hands. Tuck your belly in and lower to a push-up and rise back up. The next modification down, similar position, just lower those knees. Stay in a straight line from the crown of your head down to your knees and do push-ups there. Next modification down is actually a tabletop push-up. So you'll bring your knees in more underneath your hips, hands will stay underneath those shoulders, and just lower your chest towards the floor. If coming to the floor is already too much, you can always start to decrease that angle. You can grab a chair and do your push-ups off of the chair for less of an angle. You can even use the wall. If you use the wall, your hands will go just below your shoulders. Put your weight onto the balls of your feet. You still have that straight line from the crown of your head to your toes, and you can lower your chest towards the wall and press back up. This last demonstration is for our plank holds. There are a lot of different modifications for this, so please choose one that is the right fit for you. We'll start on the floor. You can do a straight arm plank by having hands underneath shoulders, lifting your knees off of the ground, and just holding this position here. If your wrists tend to bother you in this type of position, you can always come down to your elbows. Just keep them directly underneath your shoulders. From here, another modification is to lower your knees to the ground, but still keep that straight line from the crown of your head down to your knees. Another modification is to slowly decrease that angle by using a chair or the wall. So you can use a chair to decrease that angle, holding the plank, keeping your wrists underneath your shoulders, straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. You would hold this position. And then the last modification would be to use a wall. Your hands will go just underneath your shoulders. Rise your or lift your heels so you're on the balls of your feet, so your core is engaged as you lean into the wall. So those are the modifications. Feel free to choose the one that works the best for you.